This is the world of company secretaries. On this channel, you can watch interviews with company secretaries across the world. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. So, can you tell us a little bit about few anecdotes? Because for heading a team of almost 90 to 100 people in such a huge organization, which is India's number one, how does your average day look like, sir? Of course, every day is different, but generally, how does it look like?
See that to handle in fact this kind of company, one needs to have a strong foundation. My dual qualification helped me a lot. Number one. Number two, my formative years I was blessed with to have certain good things have happened with me. First thing was in those days we used to have the training of 3.5 months as against 12 months, 15 months. Now I think you have 21 months training period.
Yes, sir.
In that 3.5 months training, we used to have immense difficulty in finding out the companies because practice was not there at that time at all. So
Correct.
only corporates we were to depend upon. And the corporates used to have a high such a pressure to take the management trainees. So I approached Dalmia Cements, which is one of the listed company in those days also. And the company secretary was one of our past presidents, Mr. DC Jain. So Mr. Jain told me, Sudhakar, I can take you under me, but the only thing is I don't have much time to teach you.
Hmm.
How do you learn from me then? I said, look, I am not looking for a teacher because I am a strong believer that if you teach me, you can teach only what you know. If you allow me to observe, I will observe and I will learn on my own way. So he liked that idea very much because I was so confident because of my CA articleship background. So he said that, okay, do one thing. This 3.5 months, I will put a chair in a corner of my room. Morning 10 to 10:30, don't disturb me. After that, anytime you can come, sit there and observe me. Learn whatever you want to learn. That was my strongest point, I can say. I used to sit there, I used to observe him whenever he is facing problems, whenever he is to have meetings, how he is conducting himself, how he is resolving the issues. And whatever today I am, the kind of professional values, professional ethics, professional culture, and as a professional, if I groomed myself, courtesy go to Mr. DC Jain. In addition to that, that of course it also depends upon the inquisitiveness of the trainee who has to, he should be very clear what is his ultimate goal, and you have to lay down a path for yourself. You have to navigate yourself through that. So that 3.5 months, I know that this is going to be a crucial period of my time. Every moment I ensured that I have made it, I have not spent that time, I have invested that time. That 3.5 months helped me a lot. After I completed March 2015, March 1985, I have received my degree. Then I appeared for an interview of one big group of companies. They were having 22 companies in those days, and all were having crores and crores of turnover. It was a closely held group of companies. I joined there. After 5 interviews, can you believe that, Alok? I have crossed 5 interviews. 18 people were there in the first round. And
Okay.
in the fifth round, with the managing director of the company, even the managing director took a fresher company secretary interview in that group. I
Okay.
was selected. When I was selected, the first designation they have given to me was also a company secretary, not assistant secretary or whatever it is at all. Because they
Okay.
were setting up the department at that point of time. They took me because of my dual qualification also. That is one of the best reasons for that. When I joined the first day, in the lunchtime, somebody came and asked me, I heard that you have a dual qualification. I said, yes. Haven't you looked at a good company than this? So I was on the ninth cloud and he just punctured me. I got confused completely. He said, okay, then, by this company, lot of politics are there, lot of this is there, that is there and all. I went back to my, the person, Mr. DC Jain, from under whom I took the training. I asked him, sir, you told me it is a good company and this is the first day feedback. He said, look, you are entering into a corporate. And acha hua, aapko first day itself, somebody has given you the taste of the corporate sector. So you have to struggle with all these things. You have to keep your ears and eyes open. Don't utter any nonsense. Don't listen any nonsense. Don't see any nonsense. And don't become a nonsensical person.
Okay.
Absolutely, I took it as my guru mantra. And the 35 years of corporate life, I did these things. I never uttered any nonsense. I never heard any nonsense. I never allowed my eyes to see any nonsense. At the end of the day, I ensured that I should not become a nonsensical person.
Yes, sir. I think especially in today's context, this Guru Mantra will help all of us. So,
Correct.
so generally in now, sir, when you're working with such a good,
Just you asked me one another important experience. Let me tell you, this also will help you all the not only students, the budding members also. In the same company, what
yes, sir.
happened was my first day assignment. I think second day, the managing director called me and he said, Sudhakar, look, we have 22 companies in the group. What I want you is every company take right from the inception till date. You do a kind of audit. In those days, the concept of secretarial audit was not there at all,
Not
but
there.
he knows that I have a audit background. So he asked me, instead of checking, he asked me, you do an audit of all the secretarial records right from the inception of the company till date and give me the report. I took about 1.5 months, 22 companies, because in 1985 means there were companies incorporated even in 1950, 1948 also.
Okay.
Okay, so I have gone through each and everything. I was a fresh company secretary, chartered accountant, right out of the oven, freshly baked product. So I did such a thorough job. And at the end of that 1.5 months, I presented him a report. These are all the problems in your companies. Year wise, page wise, कौन सा form file हुआ, कौन सा form file नहीं हुआ, what were the problems in the forms, what were the problems in the minutes were not numbered or minutes were not signed, all those issues. He told me, good. He had not even seen the report, what is there. I had given him a kind of a booklet. He said, Sudhakar, do one thing. You don't give me like this. You put two columns. What is the problem and what is the solution? Then you give me that. I said, okay. I took another 10 days time. I put the problems on the left side, another column, the solutions on the right side. Again, I went to him after 10 days, sir, this is the report and this is the solutions. He said, why you are giving me, implement it. Finding a problem, Alok, is very simple. Finding a solution is also not that difficult. The solution, what you are suggesting, then you have to implement. That is the first lesson of mine. Implementation of the solutions, what you are giving, will not be that easy unless until you are giving practical and pragmatic solutions. So I could not implement that in the next one fortnight. He called me and asked me, what happened? Could you implement that? I said, sir, some difficulties are there. Then he told me another, the first lesson of my professional journey I learned is, he told me, whenever you are bringing a solution, ensure that solution can be implemented. It is an implementable solution, number one. Number two, when you go to a very senior, any senior person of your organization, go with plan B always. Not necessarily the solution what you are giving to your senior, he will accept that. If you won't accept that, you should be ready with the second immediately, which should be up to your sleeve. Then only you will be appreciated and you will be able to get progress. This is another, fortunately, I worked with that company only for 6 months. After 6 months, I left that for whatever the reasons it was. But that particular first 1 month, my experience with this, the whatever I have narrated, that has laid my foundation as a professional very strongly.
Yes, sir. So I think those anecdotes were very, very interesting. So now on a day-to-day basis, like generally, how does your day look? Right from morning till the late evening, which you have to work, how does your average day look like?
See that at this point of time, I am in a completely monitoring and supervisory level only.
Yes, sir.
But if you ask me in 2005 to 2010, 2010 to 2015, that was because that point of time I was thick and thin into operations. So when you are thick and thin into operations and number of companies are so huge, then obviously I used to grapple with a lot of issues, okay, whether it is compliances with your Companies Act or whether it is compliances with your what's called listing regulations and earlier listing agreement, conducting board meetings, liaison with the directors, liaison with the seniors, then having your internal, ensuring you have to ensure the compliances. Now, what happened is such a big organization. Okay, when I joined, especially that it is how to ensure that the people under you are ensuring all the compliances. So what we did was we used to have an internal audit department within the secretarial audit department, within the secretarial department. You might not have heard about this anywhere.
Yeah,
What
very
we used to
rare.
have is there were about 10 people in 2005. I mean, after that we were having it, but now, of course, and after this MCI 21 and all those things, we are not having that department very active because our secretarial audit anyway has come. Okay,
Yes.
so when secretarial audit has come, what we did was wherever it is mandatory, of course, secretarial audit is there. Wherever it is not mandatory, but still voluntarily, for the important companies, we have secretarial audits. We have taken it on voluntary basis. At least 20-25 companies are there, which we have on voluntary basis also. Similarly, this internal audit department, which was there prior to the secretarial audit concept, there used to be about 8 to 10 people. Any form, whichever we are filing with ROC, that form is to be vetted by that particular department. It is a department within the department. So all the forms are vetted and verified by that particular department. Just like your banks, whenever a cash payment is to be made, the check is processed by one person, it is supervised by another person, and he cross-check it before the cash is paid. Similarly, here also, maker-checker concept we have introduced. A person prepares the form, his superior checks it, but it go to the internal audit department because before you are finalizing, finally you are doing it. In addition to that, what they also used to do is they used to randomly pick up important companies. 2-3 years they used to pick up, they used to conduct a kind of secretarial audit. As I told you that at that time, we were, in fact, the secretarial audit concept was being pursued by ICSI, but it was not mandatory. This I'm talking about prior to Companies Act 2013. So that point of time, what happened is this internal audit department used to conduct the audits also, and it used to be of a great help to us because they used to bring several issues, and those issues were all internal. Of course, there were absolutely no non-compliances used to be there, but a kind of how to make improvements in the department culture.
Okay.
Lot of checklist, because any kind of corporate action we used to take up, we used to have a complete checklist of that, a comprehensive checklist with the timelines. We used to ensure that timelines are to be strictly observed, all these things. This is how it used to happen. So because of that, what happens is most of my time used to go into only the giving the guidance to the people, and sometimes by giving the interpretations and all this. And similarly, we also used to give a lot of importance for the training aspect of our own colleagues. Not only how about the personal ingredients are concerned, but subject also. In those days where we were not having the study circles and all, we used to have in Bombay also. But what we did was we used to conduct our internal study circles because we have such a big department. What we used to do was that on monthly basis, every month we used to have, and I used to encourage my own colleagues to bring out some important topic, make a study, make a presentation. So in that process, what happens is that they used to get encouraged and they used to also become a speaker for the institute. So these studies, and in addition to this, I used to have weekly meetings with different groups, depending upon the verticals in which they are working, because all the verticals are not having the same thing. Similarly, we used to have the sharing of the knowledge. Not necessarily all the company secretaries get an opportunity to handle M&A, merger and amalgamations. Exactly. All the companies may not be having the opportunity to issue securities or buyback of securities. Listed companies get more opportunities, unlisted companies get lesser opportunities. But unlisted companies used to have their own way of this. Say, for example, OFCD issue, OCPS issue, that in listed companies, the people who are handling that, they don't have got the opportunity. So like this, what we used to do is at the end of the day, the entire department knows what is happening in the department. This kind of culture we have developed.
Okay, sir. I think all the innovation which you have added, though it was not mandatory in the law, before secretarial audit came itself, you had introduced many steps. That's really nice to know, sir.